Hello and welcome to part 2 of the second panel of the Keep Calm and Crochet-a-long UK Groovyghan. So what we have done so far is we've done the foundation single crochet row, and then we did a row of half double crochets, and we did our first row of the popcorn stitches. As you can see, nice little bobbles there. That's the front, that's the back. I have already tied off and weaved in my ends so you can't see them. And now we're going to continue on with row 3. Okay. So this is where we left off. This is the back. We're going to turn our work. We are going to chain 2 and we are going to put 1 double crochet into each of the stitches from the previous row. So we want to start off right where we had our turning chain. And we're going to put 1 into each stitch across. When you come up to each of the popcorn stitches from the previous row, you are not going to skip them. You are going to put it, I'm a little off center there. You are going to put your double crochet right into that top loop there. And you're going to do that all the way across. I am just going to work through this pretty quickly here. Or at least, quickly to you. To me, this is still fairly slow. The original colors for my Groovyghan are black, gray, and white, because I'm making it for my husband. Those colors don't show up well, so I am making a second one out of all of my stash yarn for my oldest son. He loves rainbow colors, which is why I've chosen these nice bright colors. I thought they would be great for the video. If any of these parts of the video are a little hard to understand or see, please feel free to let me know either in the Facebook group or in the comments below the YouTube video, and I will do my best to explain them a little bit better. Okay, I am coming up to the very last popcorn stitch. And then we only have a couple more stitches to go to the very end of the row. So now we're done, and we're going to turn our work. And now for row 4, we are going to repeat what we did for row 2 of the popcorn stitches. And the instructions for row 4 say to use your second coordinating color. And for this one, because my son loves rainbow, I'm going to choose a rainbow variegated yarn. So pardon me, I'm just going to get this ready. Alright, so we are going to chain 2. I'm going to put a double crochet into that same turning stitch there. and then into the next 3. So we're going to have a total of 4 double crochets. But just like we did with row 2, we are only going to half complete the double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3. You can see that. We have the 3 double crochets and then the half completed double crochet with 2 loops on our hook. I'm going to take my second color yarn here. Again, how I do it, I just fold it in half just like that, wrap it around my hook, and pull through those 2 stitches. Again, you may choose the slip stitch join for the new color, which I know many people do. This is the way I learned how to do it, and for me it's quite simple. Okay, so now, chose the wrong color there. So now we're going to do our popcorn stitch, so 5 double crochets into this next stitch here. And I am going to be carrying my yellow yarn through the popcorn stitch, so that way I don't have to cut and tie lots of yarn. Because I have done that before, and it is a little annoying. So time consuming. Okay, so I've got 4 so far. There's my 5th double crochet. Pull up the yarn a little bit, put my hook through that first, back through the loop I loosened. Try and push it through just a little bit. Going to grab my main color yarn, the yellow, yarn over the hook and pull through those 2 loops. And now I'm going to push that popcorn stitch through to the other side. I'm going to pull nice and tight my contrasting yarn. I'm going to pull the yellow yarn, create the nice little popcorn stitch there. And now as I continue on my work, I'm going to carry this yarn all the way along until I get to my next stitch. Next popcorn stitch, that is. So now we want to put in 3 double crochets into the next 3 stitches. Sorry, 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches for a total of 3. And again, you're only going to half complete that 3rd double crochet. I'm going to pick up your other color, yarn over to finish off the stitch, pull my main color a little tight. Now, next popcorn stitch is going to go into here. So we want to put 5 double crochets in there. Pull it up just a little bit, put my hook into that first stitch there. I always think for some reason that this is center, but it's not. So I'm sorry if I keep moving off to the left on you. I don't intend to. Push my popcorn stitch through. I'm going to pull my other yarn nice and tight, and then the yellow nice and tight. Have a nice little popcorn stitch there. Now we want to do 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. And I'm just going to continue on this all the way along. There's the bit stitch made there. Push it through. One, 2, and 3 double crochets. Next popcorn stitch. Five double crochets there. Yes, that popcorn stitch is now made. Sorry about the shadow on this portion of the video. I had to adjust my area because my camera ran out of battery. I had to plug into the wall, and everything's a little off center for me. Made my 5 there. You can't really see it. At least on the video it doesn't look like you can see it. Come on, yarn. Okay, so we're almost on our last popcorn stitch here. Here we are. Now we want to put 1 double crochet in these last 4 stitches. Oops, I accidentally picked up that yarn. Did not mean to. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off my coordinating color yarn. Get that out of the way there. Set that aside. Okay. So as you can see, we now have 2 rows of the popcorn stitches, and that is the back. Now, turn our work to the front side. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to put 1 double crochet into each of the stitches across. Normally what you would do is you would tie and weave your ends in here, but for the sake of the video I'm just going to leave it hanging right now. As you double crochet all the way across, when you get to your first popcorn stitch, sorry, I don't know why that's blurry, 1 second. Okay, you're going to put 1 double crochet into the stitch here. You do not skip the popcorn stitches from the previous row. Sorry, 1 second here. I need to readjust. My feet are falling asleep. I have to sit on the floor. I don't have an actual workspace. It's the joys of having kids. So again, when you get to the popcorn stitch, put it right into that stitch there. When you have finished row 5, oops, you should have 33 stitches again. We are almost to the end of row 5 here. Now that I've finished that last stitch, turn my work. We're going to chain 1, and I'm going to start off by putting a single crochet into this first stitch, or the same stitch where the turning chain is, and we're going to put 1 single crochet into each stitch across. So single crochet, if you're not familiar with it, apart from our foundation single crochet, put your hook through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both stitches on the hook. It is one of the easiest stitches that you will complete in crochet. Again, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my work as centered as possible in the video, but I keep moving it unintentionally. Okay, now that we're at the end, we are going to turn our work. Start row 7. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to do 1 half double crochet into the same stitch as the turning chain right here, and then a neat stitch across. If you forget how to do a half double crochet, I just did a couple there. So yarn over, put your hook through the next stitch. So now have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the one, yarn over, pull through all 3. And this little few rows here is going to create a nice gap between all of our beautiful popcorn stitches. Once you get to the end of row 7, we are now going to work on row 8, which is going to be the same as row 2 and row 4 with the nice popcorn stitches. And for this one, the pattern says to use the same yarn that you used for row 4, which is your second coordinating yarn. So I'm going to grab that and get that ready. Oops. So we're going to turn our work. And I'm going to chain 2. We're going to put a double crochet into the same chain, or same stitch as our turning chain. and into the next 3 stitches. So we want a total of 4 double crochets, but again on the 4th one, stop when you're halfway complete. You only have the 2 loops on your hook again. I'm going to grab coordinating yarn. Again, you could always join with the slip stitch technique, but I just wrap it around the hook and pull through the last 2 loops. I am having difficulties right now. Okay, so again, the popcorn stitch is 5 double crochets into this 1 stitch here. Ooh, I accidentally pulled up the yarn. I did not mean to do that. Let's try that again. That's twice now. Bad Jen. Oh, I got it that time. Okay, so now that you've got your 5 double crochets into that 1 stitch, put your hook through the 1st stitch, back through the loop. Then you're going to take your main color yarn, pull through the 2 stitches, push that popcorn stitch out at what appears to be the other side, then pull nice and tight on both strands of yarn. Then you want to do 3 double crochets, making sure to carry the yarn from your popcorn stitch. Again, when you get to the 3rd double crochet, leave 2 loops on your hook, grab your coordinating color, wrap it around your hook, pull through those 2 loops, and then complete your popcorn stitch in there. And now I'm going to work my way all the way across, but I'm going to stop the video, and I will see you when we are finished this next row.